Today I'm going to be talking about mental food. Now, why is this important? Or let's start with why. Today I'm going to be talking about mental food. So we think about the type of food we bring into our body, and we have this awareness that whatever we bring into our body is going to affect the body, how it feels, how much energy we have, how it looks. And even now we're starting to really tune into the connection between food and our mental health and our emotions. But there's another type of food that we really need to pay even closer attention to, and that is mental food. So mental food is anything that we bring in through the senses, and that will have thoughts, emotions, sensations, or reactions attached to them. And these types of foods that we bring into our awareness, into our mind, affects the mind, affects the body. And when we think about yoga, one of the main aims of yoga is to calm the mind and to reduce agitation. Both are the same thing, but ideally what we're trying to do is understand, first of all, that the calm is already there, the peace, the wholeness is already there. We're trying to remove the things that prevent us from connecting and expressing that calmness. Examples of mental food: the people you associate with, the type of media that you put your attention on, be it books, television, internet, music. It can be your environments, where you live, the spaces you go to and frequent. Think of mental food as anything that has influence on you. And you might be thinking, well, not everything influences, or nothing can influence me. But believe it or not, things are influencing you all the time and affecting the behavior, affecting how you think about yourself and the world around you. If we aren't careful and we have no discernment, it's the equivalent of going to a giant buffet, eating everything off the menu, and having no regard of the effect that it's going to have on us. Now, clearly when you waddle out of there, you're going to feel the effects regardless if you had an awareness of it or not. We have to clean that up. We have to start becoming more picky when it comes to what we eat for mental food. You deserve the best physical food for your physical body, but you deserve the best mental food for your mind and your soul. I know some of you don't believe in souls, so that's okay. So how do we go about addressing our mental food? Well, first, stage one is going to be observing. I encourage you to spend a week and just observe the type of mental food you're bringing into your mind and into your body. Pay attention to, how does it make you feel? How do certain people, places, things make you feel? What kind of thoughts pop up when you're in the presence of these certain people, places, things, media? What am I drawn to? Where do I want to spend my attention? And when I say spend attention, this is the important part. Attention is currency. We have certain types of foods that we need to feed from to get the feelings that we want. Are they making you feel agitated, or do you like it? Because just like our tongue likes a whole lot of things, doesn't necessarily mean the food going in is good for our bodies. So we can't always trust our tongues, and we can't always trust our senses. So we have to be aware of what's coming in and how it's affecting us. Is it bringing out the best in us is the ultimate question. Is it bringing us a sense of calm? And if the answer is no, then maybe we should reevaluate that, because people are like, oh, you're gonna tell me to stop watching my favorite show. What I'm going to do is tell you to do a stage two. Once you make the observations, move on to stage two and do a detox. Junk in, junk out. Remove the things that are creating agitation, the things that are not inspiring our best selves, the things that are creating a feeling of negativity. This isn't serving me well. Like if you see something from that perspective, then why would you want to continue if you know it's harmful to you, if you know it's agitating you, if you know it's not serving you in a healthy way, and if you are truly speaking about being healthy, then this is another aspect that you need to take into consideration. Give yourself 2 weeks of seeing how you feel when you remove the things that have been agitating you. Now, stage 3 you can do during stage 2, or you can do it after stage 2. Stage 3 is to nourish. So we want to nourish ourselves. We want to make sure that we're purposely seeking out and bringing in all the stuff that is uplifting and serving us in the highest and greatest way. Think of music. The music that speaks positive messaging, that encourages you, that makes you think bigger ideas, spend more time dreaming and scheming and figuring out ways that you can make things happen for yourself. Playlists, yes, of course, how could I forget? I have a playlist for a hard day when things aren't going so well. I can just put that on and it's all the songs to lift me up and remind me of all the things and the resources I have available to me so that I can overcome whatever obstacles there, or that I can just accept this space that I'm in with compassion and kindness toward myself. It's actually not an either or, it's both. It's accepting that and also realizing that this too shall pass. So creating playlists for yourself for every occasion, but really curating it very well and choosing only the best content for yourself. Spend time with people who you really enjoy spending time with because they uplift you and they encourage you to pursue all the things you wish to pursue. There's that balance again. You don't want to surround yourself with people who are just happy and will say yes to everything that you're doing all the time. You need some people who will, yes, support you, but also be real enough to say, hey, I think this decision might have a negative impact in your life, so you might want to reconsider this. Or, hey, your behavior lately, not acceptable. The way you've been talking to people, not okay. And then be selective about your environments. Are there places in your home that are just uninspiring? Do something, whether starting by just tidying it up, maybe wiping stuff down. It's amazing what happens when things are nice and clean and orderly. If you don't like a paint color, then try painting. If there's something you've been looking at and you see an old blanket that's all rattered and torn and you're like, I hate that blanket, then take it away. Asking, does it have value? Can I use it? These are the things that you want to make sure that you have in your environment. Things that are just sitting around collecting dust and not being used or accumulating in a corner, that's no good. And it's actually weighing you down, literally, mentally and emotionally. So clean up your space. One of my favorite things I love to do, especially back when I first learned about mental food, was nourishing through quotes. And I'm like, some women like collecting shoes. I am a quote collector. I love them. They're always just full of so much great knowledge and wisdom. I just can't get enough of them. But one thing that I would do is I would take a quote and I would write it on my bathroom mirror so that whenever I was brushing my teeth and we're getting ready for bed, washing my face, I would look at the quote and I would repeat it over and over and over again. And then I would ponder that and I would think about, well, how can I bring this into my life? How can I incorporate that? What is this quote trying to say? And I would spend my time focusing on that quote. It's important that we put good things in our mind. Affirmations are another form of that. If you have a religious practice, prayer is a form of that. By stuffing all that good stuff in there, it also pushes out the unnecessary stuff, the things that are creating agitation and destroying your sense of well-being. So it's just cramming your brain with a lot of good stuff. So just stuff it in there. Learn. Put your mind and attention on things that will help you to grow. Growth is so important, and by just sitting in front of a television and passively allowing these things to come at you, there's no growth there. But that stuff is still getting in there and it's tinkering inside and making you think in a way that maybe you don't really want to think. Be very conscientious about what you bring into your mind. Learn, grow, inspire, motivate, create a a healthy relationship with yourself, everything that speaks to those types of behaviors are nourishing. Start seeking those out, bringing more of those into your life, and reap the rewards. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for watching.